Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your September 7th, 2025 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, a healing, or a gift card, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. You can also go to danehartguidedmessages.com. They're both linked in the description box below. They're both mine. They both work. So there we go. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Gemini, let's see what the tarot has to say. And if you are an OG, like one of the originals here, and you remember this deck, leave a heart in the comment box below, preferably a green or a pink heart, since those are my colors. Let's see here. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Oh, I love that for you. Oh, how beautiful, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Nine of Cups at the center. Okay, the challenge is judgment, which makes sense. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, where we need to focus. The energy that's moving away is the Two of Wands, angels and spirit guides. Our strength. Ooh, the Queen of Swords. That's lovely. Ooh, interesting. We're stepping into a Five of Wands time period. Not sure what I feel about that. The Seven of Wands, advice. Environment is the Ten of Swords, angels and spirit guides. Oh, interesting, interesting. Oh, interesting outcome. Okay. This is I want to say it's a bit weird, but it's not weird. It is just a bit different than what I was expecting, like from the way everything started. It's like everything turns right here as we step into our future. And that makes sense because we are stepping into a new time. This is a total lunar eclipse. Moon on the 7th of September, and it is in Pisces. So it's going to be an intense time, most definitely. A very turning inward time. The Nine of Cups, it's like we're sending out a wish into the universe, into the world. Now, this could be a wish for the full moon to come in like 15 days, but this can also be a wish for the next full moon in Pisces, which will be in about 6 months. So there's an intensity here. There's a power here that's moving us forward. And we're going to see that we're looking at our dreams. We're looking at what we really desire. We are kind of like calming and centering ourselves. I do feel a bit of anxiety, like in my chest, in my lungs. So there can be like words that want to be said or things that want to be done, and you're afraid to do them, afraid to say them. It's like as long as you come from a place of love, peace, and compassion, don't be afraid. The bee here is symbolizing sweetness. It's kind of like when you put honey into your tea and a little bit gets on the edge of the cup and you drink it and you get that extra burst of sweetness. That's what I'm seeing here for you. There's an extra burst of sweetness, of beauty, of connection. Now, with judgment being the energy to be mindful of during this time, the challenge during this time, there's a part of us that is looking to awaken. With the sleepers are the knights of King Arthur's court, and the sleepers were his most trusted knights. And when he fell asleep, to be awakened when England and and the Celtic world would need him the most, so were these knights put to sleep. And so here, there is a sense of a part of you, Gemini, slumbering. And it's very interesting because with a Pisces full moon and a total lunar eclipse, there's an enhancement of power, but Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Neptune is the ruler of the unseen world. So the unseen part of us, the sleeping part of us, we are going to be connecting with, we're going to be looking at more and more, but we are going to find it a challenge because things are supposed to be a certain way. We can get ourselves a bit stubborn, like a bit kind of set in our ways, Gemini, which we definitely can get. And then it moves us to where we need to focus. And our focus is with the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is prosperity, it's money, it's success, it's bounty, it's abundance. It is planting the seeds in the earth. How are you connecting with the earth? And how are you cultivating what you want on this earthly plane? So you're going to be looking really at what you want, at what you're looking for, at what you desire in life. And there's going to be questions that come forward of like, am I working towards this? Or do I even know? Do I want the same things that I have wanted before? And you're going to see kind of like a paradox shift during this time. You shifting what you truly want, where you truly want to be, what you're looking for, what you are desiring within yourself. And now you're starting to see yourself nurturing the seeds that are more aligned with you, that are more, in harmony with where it is that you want to be. This is also very strong earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So if you have earth sign energy in your chart, you're born on the cusp with Taurus, this is part of your personality that's going to come out very strongly. But there's also going to be a need for a bit of routine. You can be building a routine for yourself, building a pathway to prosperity and success. With the Two of Wands, doors are opening. And you've been through a time where doors have opened for you, or you have opened up the doors yourself. You're like, oh, you know what? I'm tired of waiting for the bellman to come and open the doors for me. I'm doing this myself. And there was a liberation. There was a sense of kind of taking the bull by the horns. This is what I want. This is what I'm building towards. This is where I want to be. And it leads us to the strength of the Queen of Swords. That is our queen. We're represented by the swords in the minor arcana. So here we are embracing strength, tenacity, determination, focus. We are embracing the clarity of the mind and the instinct of the self. So that's a very big thing. That is a very powerful thing. And with the Queen of Swords, we're cutting through doubts and fears. But I always love here the chainmail around her head. So you're going to be guarding your thoughts. You might think, oh, I'm a completely open book. That's not how people are going to see you. You're going to be guarding your thoughts a little bit. You're not going to be giving as much away as you think you are. So here, it's kind of like guard your thoughts, build what it is that you desire, but look at what it is that you want. It's kind of like you're clarifying things so much for yourself. The Queen of Swords is also very misunderstood, and we can feel very misunderstood ourselves. Kind of like we feel like we're being as clear as possible, and yet people are still misunderstanding us. So that can be frustrating in and of itself. I like the embroidery here on the Queen of Pentacles and her crowned with the roses. So there's something in intricate work that's being done that we need to focus on, something more intricate, something more nuanced, something that can feel very boring or repetitive even at times, even though it will bring us a lot of joy and does bring us a lot of joy. There's also a freedom of the mind that needs to come forward. Don't put yourself in a box. Now you're entering into the Five of Wands period, which means that it will be very easy for you to be pulled into other people's chaos. It just will be. You will want to help. You'll want to give advice. You have Queen energy here. People will be like, oh, how do you do this, Gemini? How do you, move forward this way? And how are you successful? And how do you speak your mind? And how do you know this and that? The Five of Wands is saying, hey, be mindful. Don't get into everybody else's drama. You can help people, absolutely, but don't let helping them, pull you down into their chaos. There's a difference between helping and there's a difference between being pulled into the chaos with them. So just be mindful about that. People can want you to gossip with them and to kind of get on their side. And the side that you really need to be on is for you, for your own betterment, prosperity, determination, focus. You're on your side during this moon and during this time. Now, the advice is the Seven of Wands. Choose your battles wisely. You can feel like you're always defending, always having to fight, always having to prove yourself. And that's exhausting. So choose your battles wisely, most definitely. With the environment of the Ten of Swords, you have learned a lot. And you're going to be transforming. You're going to be coming out of a place of doubt and fear, also out of a place of overthinking, overanalyzing, feeling like, your passions, your love, your focus was used against you. You tried to be nice to people and they stabbed you in the back. And now you're done with that. I mean, there is just this energy during this time of like just like, I just feel like there can be especially a chaos around our words, how we feel like we need to communicate, what we feel like we need to do. And that's because we're also coming out of a time of being so very careful with what we say and being so very careful with how people perceive us, because we don't want to be betrayed again. We don't want to be hurt again. So just being aware of that is going to be super important. With the Ten of Swords, it's a resurrection of soul and spirit. I always see this as my minor arcana death card, but you're taking out the swords from your back. Here they're not in her back. They're kind of making a cage around her, but in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, they are in her back, or his back. I don't know. But they are, it is a person laid on the ground, 10 swords, stabbed in their back, and just feeling desolation, and devastation. And what we're going to see is that out of that time of despair, of heartbreak, of pain, of disappointment, of feeling like, how did this even happen? You take the swords out and you find that you have kind of solidified yourself in a way. You've come to center with where it is that you want to be, with what it is that you desire for yourself, what it is that you're looking for. And this is going to be a time then when you move to the place of hopes and fears, and you start to use the words that people used against you. They start to now be your power fuel. It's like, you know what? You said that because you thought you'd break me, and you're not. You don't have any power over me. I claim my voice again. I claim myself again. And with the Two of Pentacles, you're balancing a lot. The hope and the fear is that you'll always be balancing everything within the chaos, and you'll always be hanging on by like your chinny chin chin type of thing. And that there's deception in the chaos that is around you. Like, you're not seeing the full truth. And Gemini, you can kind of get mad at yourself because there is a level of innocence to a Gemini energy. People usually describe the Gemini energy as young energy, childlike energy. And so there can be a naivety or wanting to think the best of people, a positivity to you that others have taken advantage of. So here, be mindful of that. Do not let that harden you, because it's not you that's done anything wrong, except, want to be a good person. So just be aware of this. It moves us then to the outcome of the Page of Wands. Now, this is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is your passion. This is your creation. This is your determination. You can be a little bit hesitant, right? We can have the three Fs, right? When we hit something that we're afraid of, it's fight, flight, fight, freeze that comes into play. So we can have that energy with the rabbit coming forward, usually falling more into the freeze or flight aspect of it all. But Spirit is going to be sending you a message, going to be connecting with you. And there is a sense here of you embracing passion, you embracing deeper understanding, you looking at things in a more kind of like, well, I'm curious, I want to know. I'm curious, I want to know. I'm curious, I want to dive deeper sort of way. You have a childlike innocence to you during this time, so be aware that people will try to take advantage of that. But it's going to help you to open up doors and say, well, I can do that. Like, yeah, it's hard, but I can do that. I've got this. Slow and steady wins the race. But your mind is going to be very attuned to learning, to asking questions, and to diving deeper into things. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Yeah, fear comes forward, angels and spirit guides. Action, angels and spirit guides, and abundance. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Yeah, I like that. You got the full moon in Pisces. Okay. So we start with fear. Your dreams need a practical plan, but there's a fear around connecting with your dreams, going deeper into what you've dreamt of, what you want for yourself, what you want to build for yourself, and also this fear around the dream itself. It's like you're not going to be following necessarily the conventional path or the conventional way. Some way that you're going about achieving what you have always dreamt of is going to be unconventional. And you're going to berate yourself for this, because Gemini, sometimes we try to overcompensate for being, you know, endlessly curious and willing to try new things and willing to think outside of the box, that we can sometimes get really rigid with ourselves and say, oh, but it has to be just like this. Like, this is the only path towards success. So just be mindful that you are releasing that energy during this time, and you're releasing that mindset. But this is also going to be a moon and a time where you see a lot of the fears that have held you back. You're also going to move to action, because there's a balance of the spiritual and the practical. And you're going to be moved to action of movement, action of dance, action of connection, action of insight. And as you do so, abundance is coming your way. Emotions are going to run high. Yes, they are. But it's going to run high because you have such big dreams. You have dreams that, even if they seem simple at times, it's like, oh, it's not big. I just want to do this in my town, or I just want to connect with these people. You're looking for something more than most people usually go for. You're not really here for surface level nonsense. So being aware of that is going to be important. It moves us then to our spirit message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. This is mindful. I love that for you. You're very mindful during this time. You know, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, I mean, I know where I am in New England, it's starting to feel a bit like fall. It's getting a little bit cooler. It's lovely. And here is this sense of mindfulness, of really connecting with the changing of the seasons, here, really connecting with the here and the now and what you want and what you're looking for. But it doesn't have to mean like the changing of the seasons. It's a changing of your mind. It's a changing of yourself. You're becoming more mindful, more connected, more insightful. And as you do so, you're also going to see that things that were once a really big deal, you're like, it's not that big. I got this. And you mean it. You do have it. There was a fear also around you being able to take care of things. It could be like, I don't want to take care of everything. So there was like, I'm done. Like, I'm just walking away. I'm not doing anything because I don't want to do everything type of thing, that all or nothing sentimentality that we Geminis can sometimes have. There is also this sense of mindfulness in, what do I really want? You know, I'm tired of the scattered. I'm tired of the questioning. I'm tired of the seeking. What do I really, really want? And this is going to be a fantastic moon for that. This is a moon that can bring closure and contemplation of that real deep thinking moon, that moon where you start to really ask yourself, what are my passions? Why am I here? What do I desire from my life? We're also going to see ourselves like kind of releasing what we thought we know and letting spirit guide us to what we are deeply searching for, what we are deeply seeking. It moves us then to our spirit message, our chakra message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly. And this is dreams. This is the third eye chakra that absolutely falls into alignment with the full moon in Pisces, the Neptune energy, the unseen world, the world of our dreams, the world of our wonderment. You are going to get a lot of answers in your dreams, in your daydreams, in your connection with your deeper self. And kind of like when your subconscious gets to talk to you, there's going to be a lot more clarity. It moves us then to the energy we want to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading. And this is the King of Cups. This is emotional manipulation, so just be mindful about that. It's water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. We can feel that all the emotions that come forward during this Pisces moon can be manipulative. It's like, whoa, wait, I just want a clear answer. It's not going to be quite as clear. It's going to be really metaphorical. It's going to be kind of speaking in riddles or rhymes. It's not going to be as clear cut as we want it to be. So just be mindful about that. But you can also have somebody in your life who's very kind of emotionally manipulative, very like you're done with that. You're done. Either speak plainly, or how about like don't speak at all type of thing is going to be how you feel. It moves us then to our subconscious spirit message, and this is faith. We need to have faith in the unfolding of our dreams, in the insight of ourselves, and just having faith even in our mindfulness and being present for ourselves, being present with ourselves. It brings us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is forgiveness. And this does not mean we need to go out and forgive everyone. This is like, oh, I need to be Mother Teresa type of moment. This is, I forgive. I forgive myself for trusting the wrong people, for being naive. I forgive myself for, trying to be nice to people who didn't deserve it. This is the heart chakra. And you, by forgiving you, not forgiving anybody else, are lightening the load for you in embracing your energy and embracing yourself. It moves us then to the energy to be mindful of during this time, and it's the Two of Pentacles. It's the same Two of Pentacles that we have here in the hopes and the fears, and it's the fears coming forward. It's like, hey, be mindful. You can take on too much. Why? Because you have dual interests, right? You're a Gemini. You have these two different personalities or different, driving forces in your life, the sacred feminine, the sacred masculine. You have these two energies that come forward, and you'll embrace one and you'll embrace the other, or you'll embrace one too much and then you'll feel drained in the other area, and then you'll embrace that too much. And you need to have a balance. It is about love of self, balance of self. So you do have a tendency during this time to take on too much. Be mindful of that. You have a tendency to say yes before thinking it through, or to, overextend yourself. So just be aware of this. So 2 things at a time, perfect. But when you try to pile up more and more on the plate, it's just going to make things snap. It moves us then to our subconscious Lunar message, which is resilience. And step out of your comfort zone. You're finding that you have withstood so much in your life, that your resilience to trying to be crushed. Like, this world has tried to crush us. Why? Because that's what life does. It brings a force down on us, the force of gravity, right? It crushes down on us, and over time, it wears away at us. And that is what life can feel like at times. The energy that we're all swimming through on this earthly plane can crush down on us, can wear down on us, can be overwhelming to us. Step out of your comfort zone. Also, step out of the labels that you've put yourself in, Gemini. You don't deserve them. It's not that you don't deserve the good ones. You don't deserve the way that you've been so harsh and hypercritical on yourself. Step into a positive connection with love and respect, because your card in the tarot is love. If you come to this world with love in your heart, if you come to this world from a place of love, yes, it'll still knock you down and teach you really intense lessons, but it will be easier lessons, and it will be a more powerful realization, transformation, with love as your guide and love as your center. It moves us then to the subconscious tarot message, which is the Three of Pentacles. I love this Three of Pentacles here because she's working on her blanket, right? She has her needle and thread out. She's working and doing her thing. It's all by herself. She's connecting with her dreams with the poppies. There's abundance around her with the wheat. It's slow, steady mindfulness. And here, she's also guarding her wealth. This isn't like, oh, I have to be working with everybody and collaborating and thising and thating and pushing harder and harder and harder, having more opinions and more opinions, because that's overwhelming. Here, she's guarding her wealth. Okay? Dreams are coming in, ideas are coming in. Think of this as a dream catcher kind of catching all negativity around her. Also, what she's creating, what she's weaving, putting everything together in complexity. And you're going to see that as you do so, again, you step into a new chapter and you release an old chaos that has been a shadow around you for way too long. It's like, I don't want this anymore. I don't need it. And I didn't need to carry it for this long. All right, Gemini, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of yourself. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Gemini. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Have a blessed moon and a blessed life. Bye.